On the side of this engine, you can read the name Gardner 7 times over, cast into the cylinder head plates, one after another down its remarkable length. That length is the clue, because this was something almost no other maker in Europe dared build. A straight 8 diesel, 8 cylinders in a single line. It was called the 8LXB, and to a generation of hauliers and engineers it was close to perfection, said to be the smoothest automotive diesel ever made. This is the story of Gardner's 8-cylinder masterpiece, the engine truckers worshipped, and the one that revealed Gardner's fatal flaw. To understand why this 8-cylinder layout became both a legend and a burden, one must look at the physical reality of the machine itself. At nearly 5 feet long, the 8LXB was a massive block of cast iron and aluminium, hand-assembled in Patricroft with an almost religious devotion to precision. In an era when competitors turned to compact, mass-produced V8 engines, Gardner doubled down on this long, elegant straight 8. It was an engineering choice that delivered unmatched balance and thermal efficiency, but it also demanded an uncompromising manufacturing process. This absolute refusal to cut corners created an engine of unparalleled refinement, yet it set Gardner on a direct collision course with a rapidly modernising transport industry. Long before the 8-cylinder engine arrived, haulage operators associated Barton Hall Engine Works in Patricroft with absolute mechanical certainty. Established by Lawrence Gardner, the Manchester firm built its reputation on slow-running, heavy-duty diesels that refused to wear out. By the 1960s, the 6-cylinder 6LXB had become the undisputed benchmark of the British transport industry. It offered unmatched fuel economy and ran for hundreds of thousands of miles with simple, routine maintenance. This reliability created an extraordinary commercial reality. Fleet owners willingly joined waiting lists of up to 2 years just to secure a Gardner-powered truck. But as highway networks expanded and legally permitted vehicle weights increased, the legendary 6-cylinder engine faced a clear limitation. The transport industry demanded more than the 6LXB's 180 horsepower. To pull heavier loads at modern highway speeds, operators needed a major increase in power, forcing the conservative Manchester factory to find a solution. In the late 1960s, Gardner met the industry's demand for more power, not by redesigning their engines from scratch, but by extending their proven 6LXB formula. By adding 2 extra cylinders to the 6LXB architecture, they created the 13.93-litre 8LXB. This straight 8 produced 240 horsepower at 1,850 revolutions per minute, but its true strength lay lower down. Peak torque reached 728 pound-feet at just 1,000 revolutions per minute, establishing an exceptionally flat, steady pull that required minimal gear changes on steep grades. Instead of moving to a compact V8 like their competitors, Gardner chose a single, long crankshaft and 8 individual cast-iron heads. This layout was a disciplined, deliberate continuation of the Patricroft philosophy, keeping the engine's bore and stroke identical to its smaller sibling. On paper, this design offered the ideal compromise. It promised to deliver the high-speed capability that fleet operators needed, while preserving the legendary fuel economy, thermal efficiency, and mechanical simplicity that defined the Gardner brand. It appeared to be the ultimate solution, delivering heavy-duty performance without sacrificing traditional economy. This inline 8 configuration achieved a level of refinement that cemented its legendary status. In an era where European manufacturers abandoned the straight 8 for compact V-type layouts, Gardner produced the continent's only inline 8 automotive diesel. The long crankshaft and balanced firing order of 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4, 8, 7 distributed ignition impulses so evenly that secondary vibrations practically disappeared. To prove this near-vibrationless operation, engineers famously placed a coin edge down on the rocker cover of an idling engine. It stood completely still. This mechanical balance was paired with an incredibly flat, specific fuel consumption curve. At 0.339 pounds of fuel per brake horsepower hour, the engine achieved over 40% thermal efficiency, maintaining this thriftiness across its entire operating range. It was a level of efficiency that defied the typical trade-offs of heavy-duty power. For fleet owners, this meant these hand-built units could run for hundreds of thousands of miles with only routine overhauls, solidifying the ATLXB's reputation as the smoothest, most durable automotive diesel ever engineered. On the road, this mechanical refinement dictated a highly specific patient driving style. The 8LXB demanded deliberate gear changes, forcing drivers to wait for the heavy engine's revolutions to slowly drop before engaging the next cog. Its nearly flat torque curve delivered steady, relentless hauling instead of urgent, sudden acceleration. When hitting a steep gradient, the straight 8 simply refused to be hurried. Faster, turbocharged competitor trucks would routinely storm past on flat highway stretches, only for the unyielding Gardner to steadily reel them back in as the road climbed. The 8LXB got the job done, often arriving at the destination just as quickly as its rivals, but the journey felt agonizingly slow. For fleet operators watching the balance sheets, this effortless efficiency and fuel savings was pure gold. But for drivers working against a tight delivery clock, the patient, unhurried tempo of the Gardner was a constant frustration. By the 1970s, this driver frustration crystallized into a definitive cultural verdict, the nickname Patricroft plodders. Across the expanding British motorway network, Gardner-powered trucks became synonymous with slowness in a fast-paced, competitive haulage era. This reputation hit at a critical moment. A booming transport economy and a severe national driver shortage gave skilled operators unprecedented mobility. Drivers held the leverage, and they actively avoided transport firms that ran slow, traditional Gardners. They chose instead to drive for fleets running the more powerful Cummins 290, or the modern turbocharged imports from Volvo and Scania, which offered comfortable cabs and high cruising speeds. Fleet owners still worshipped the Gardner's unrivaled fuel economy and long-term durability, but drivers demanded speed, comfort and power that kept pace with modern traffic. This sharp divide between operator priorities and driver preferences began to strangle Gardner's truck engine business. Hauliers quickly realized that a fuel-efficient truck was useless if they could not find a driver willing to climb into the cab. At the center of this strategic paralysis stood Hugh Gardner, a brilliant but unyielding engineer who viewed turbocharging not as progress, but as an unnecessary threat to mechanical reliability. To Gardner, adding a turbocharger compromised the elegant simplicity and long service life that defined the brand. Instead of embracing forced induction, the company chose to refine what they knew. In November 1980, they introduced the 8LHC update. By increasing the governed speed to 1,800 revolutions per minute, the engine squeezed out a modest 198 horsepower, while desperately trying to preserve its legendary thermal efficiency. It was a highly disciplined, respectable engineering response, but it arrived far too late. While the Patricroft factory carefully coaxed incremental gains from its naturally aspirated design, European and American rivals had already committed to turbocharged fleets, leaving Gardner's masterpiece stranded in a faster, modernizing world. The financial weight of this isolation forced a sale to Hawker Siddeley in 1977, followed by Perkins Engines in 1986. Unable to adapt to tightening emissions standards without costly turbocharging overhauls, new engine production ceased entirely by the early 1990s. Yet the 8LXB refused to vanish. It transitioned from commercial highways to marine workboats, classic yachts and preserved trucks, where its distinctive vibration-free purr remained highly prized. This straight 8 represents the high watermark of an uncompromising engineering philosophy that built machinery beautifully, regardless of the stopwatch. Subscribe for a new documentary every 3 days. Today, in a world of disposable tech, the 8LXB stands as a testament to building beautifully, never minding the stopwatch. It reminds us that ultimate engineering purity can outlast the market itself. Subscribe for a new video every 3 days.